welcome to another episode of Life from the Eyes of Gen Z with your hosts Jigme and Manu. And today we're joined by a special guest named Rishi, and he happens to be a photographer. So let's
You
go.
just have to degrade me in any single way that you can. Every
Okay, I
single
have no
time.
idea who Rishi is, guys.
Every single
I'm
time.
just here.
Okay, so
Baseless fame, baseless fame.
today we're going to be talking about the future of Gen Z, not this Life from the Eyes of a Gen Z, but just Gen Z.
Yeah. Well, so what my plan is for today, at least our agenda, is to talk about. So this is the basic premise. We are born in a whole generation of technology. So like we've been introduced with technology and smartphones and gadgets as soon as we were born. And 50 years ago they weren't. It was like really hard to get them, and they were like huge fat buildings, basically for like 1 GB of RAM or something. So now, as time progresses and technology develops, we have no idea how it is going to be for our generation, because this is like the first time. It's the first time for us and like for the human race in general. So this is just a discussion between three people from Gen Z, discussing our hopes and dreams about the future and how it goes. So yeah,
Yeah. So, where do you guys want to start off?
I mean,
I think
this call wouldn't be possible
Go ahead.
without technology.
That's a
Because
fair point.
we're
Yes.
literally
And, like-
we're literally in 3 different countries right now, and we're still speaking in real time.
mhm. Yeah, there are some hiccups like lag, but modern day problems. So it's fine.
Modern day problems.
And
First world problem. more like.
like for hashtag privilege. Okay. So
There's
Uh-huh.
child labor,
Alright,
there's
so let's-
starvation, and then there's lag.
yeah.
Let's not go into English language,
There's-
my guy. That's another segment for the nightmares, you can say. But yeah, I wanted to talk a lot more about what you guys thought about the technology in particular is in the future. If you know what I mean.
All right. Well, Jigme, I suggest you go first because I've been talking a lot so far.
So this is my take on it. So I feel like technology has a good impact, because like now we can do things really fast. It's like very efficient and makes our lives so much more easy. Because like if we have to send in an important document or like a message or something, it can be done like in an instant. But then at the same time, I feel like it's very
Exactly.
degrading also, because like social media and how social media affects people and their mental health, because like everyone just shows their positive sides on social media, and like they don't show like the the
Their
downs
actual
in
life,
life. Yeah, they just show like the
The true
happy
image, I
times.
guess.
And like when
I mean,
people
you
see
can
Yeah,
that,
always,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's true, but you can always find those. I'm not putting any names out there, but some certain individuals who have Instagram accounts where they non-stop post, I don't know, lo-fi,
Yes.
sad, like very sad beats, and then their current mood being, they put on quotes saying, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm this, I'm that. They put depressed for like a word. The word depressed is overused, I think, in the current world, and I think there are many people
Seriously, I
who
guess.
feel that way, but I'm saying that many people just overuse that word as well.
yeah, it's like a trend now.
Yeah. You're depressed, or you're a normal
Yeah.
citizen.
Yeah.
Let's go, boys.
Yes.
And especially
But,
right
like,
now,
yeah,
with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everything just seems like much more. I guess the pandemic gave us a chance to like, understand about how everything works and everything. But I repeated the same word twice, but it's never mind. So, let me share my take on technology. So I understand, like, I agree with everything that Jigme said, where how it's able to help us in the development of like stuff. Because like right now, call example, like Jigme said, we're in 3 different countries and we're still able to talk spontaneously without any lag. I mean, there is some lag, but there is like still, it's much better than how it was before, because we had to send a telegram, a fax,
Mhm.
and then after that, like a voice call, and now there's a proper facial video call.
Yeah.
And this all happened in the span of like, I don't know, 50 years, which is insane. Now, if you think about about at least 100 years ago or something, in like the 1920s, the maximum they had was like a person sending them an email via a ship, or like they had to be transported via an airplane, and it would take at least about a 3 months to 6 months. So you had to write your whole life on a piece of letter, one piece of paper, and then after had to go send to them, and that's how long distance communication used to work. And so that's a huge improvement for technology. With all the amazing advancements and all the amazing things that technology has brought on the table, they've also managed to bring all the bad stuff as well. If you think about it, like how Jigme also said about the social media thing, how people only portraying their happy lives and stuff. There's also ways of people degrading other things, like how you said about the thing, overusing the word depressed. So it's so much so that it's lost meaning, and so that's kind of like really losing. It's also many things, many key values that we always hold are kind of lost their meaning.
Yeah.
So now like we are like just living in a world where technology, we're not super sure about what is good and what is bad, because we've got so much stuff which are supposed to be important, but their value has gone down.
Yeah, that's yeah.
This have gone up. So it's like kind of confusing which is more important to deal with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. What about you, Rishi?
I agree with all of you guys. It's just that I would say that I'm extremely one-sided on this whole Instagram thing. It's not exactly one-sided, but I think it's, well, at one point, I used to be the kind of person who's really active on Instagram. I used to be, or at least 2 years ago, I think, I was posting quite a lot. I used to post at least once a month. I mean, that doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, as I consider myself as an introvert, for me, I would say that's quite a lot. And right now, the last post I did was, as far as I know, September 2019. That's that's a long time.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, and I think it's also because my activities, and it's also based on interests, where your interest lies on right now. So I am not a professional yet, but I am a budding photographer. I like to call myself one. The school that I go to is in the south of Germany, where they've given us the access to Adobe and their editing softwares. So that's really additionally good. So one thing I wanted to address is how schools and education itself is right now based on, well, technology, and how like technology helps you in almost every single way. Like right now, I'll be honest, my internet was not working today, and it still isn't. I'm speaking with my mobile data. That itself is based on advancement in technology, right? And one issue that I'm facing, it's a very petty issue. Don't judge me, but so my home is in a way a smart home, right? And I've connected most of my lights with Google Assistant, or like the Apple Assistant, or whatever you guys have, Alexa, Google Home, whatever.
I might mention Bixby because no one uses
Let's
Bixby.
be honest, Bixby is like dead. Even Samsung users just take their phone and be like Google Assistant, because Bixby is almost irrelevant. But yeah, controlling lights itself, like right now I have to use a tube light, which is in my opinion kind of boring. And I have a whole setup with like technology, and I can't use it because, well, no internet. So kill me. And advancement in Germany is kind of dead right now in terms of technology. We're still sitting on 100 Mbps. So
yeah.
For a place which is like a city, that's kind of bad. Let's be honest. If it's like some
that is true.
Some small town and it has 100 Mbps, it's okay. That's good. But a city, no, no.
I come from
All right, yeah.
But let's be honest. I'm pretty sure you have decent like internet, consistent
I think I think they only do till like 60 or 70 Mbps here in the city.
but it's consistent.
Bad for a hill, a mountain, right?
Yeah,
So
kind of, yeah.
That's the thing. In Germany, if they say they're gonna give, okay, I was supposed to have 250, but in my room I have the highest I've ever gotten is 60. So
yeah, it's let's just like deal with this. Like slow Wi-Fi is like way worse than like Wi-Fi at all.
yeah,
So yeah. Okay, so Rishi, since you brought the fact about how education is right now, and like how at this point, I don't want to sound like a boomer because you're saying technology like too many times. So let's just say tech because we're hip students. Ooh. Okay, anyways.
The boomer.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I'm sorry if you've been
Jolly
misled.
lads.
Jolly lads.
I'm hoping my friend is
Yeah,
watching
so
this.
but like,
He's good. Okay.
so since you brought this up, and since we like what is it, always talked about tech, how it's influencing our lives right now. Let's just like right now before we had to like handwrite my assessments. At least for my mom, who's a Gen X, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know what's the right term, but she basically had to write her assignments like how we are typing or 30-page essays. She had to write down 30 pages of essays, and like what that helped her to do is that this is I don't know if this is true or not, but according to her, like this hand coordination,
coordination.
hand eye coordination, whatever. Yeah, we're able to like recollect memory more. But for us, since we're just typing it and we're still looking at a screen, we're not necessarily retaining the same amount of information. Even though our advancements have like received and we're able to process work faster, I suppose, and like at less labor,
Mhm.
but like we're kind of like losing knowledge of the process.
I
That's a
mean, I
fair
guess
point.
it depends. I guess it depends because like you could use
Mhm.
technology as in you can type into your laptop, but then you could also like write onto an iPad, and it's still hand-eye coordination.
Privilege, okay, yeah.
Uh, but
Okay, yeah. So that you know what I mean,
yeah,
right? So the fact that even though it's improved so much, this kind of like it's already degrading our knowledge level at this point. Like, we are stuck at this area where we don't know where
degrading
if
knowledge, I press an X to doubt on that because, well, okay, the advancement of technology. Let's look at it in a broader spectrum, right? It's all based on computers and then computer coding, and then every single piece of, let's say, like a mouse working, right? A keyboard functioning, a keyboard inputting something. Everything is based on just coding and understanding of um, the soul of the computer, right? So understanding something, I think that's what education is about. It's not about remembering things, it's about understanding. So to define education, you wouldn't define it as remembering stuff. It's more about understanding what it is actually
understanding.
and implementing that in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Welcome to
Implementing what you
IBs.
know.
Yes.
No, it's TOK, boy.
Yes, that's true. Okay. For any IB people out there, you know what you know the struggles. Anyways, but yeah, and so let's just like move on to the next topic right now at this point.
Wait. I
I just
still
want
want
to
to
say
talk about
that.
the education bit.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So it's also
Yes.
like there's both pros and cons to it. So now information is like so much easier to get because you can just Google something up, and then like maybe back in the day you had to like go to a library, find the book, find the page that had the thing. Like you could take words for an example. You could just find a definition on Google,
Mhm,
but then like if there was no technology, you would have to go find your dictionary, and then after open it up, find the word,
mhm.
and I forgot the other point. But yeah,
But if you think about it, if let's just give a hypothetical situation that we didn't have technology right now. Like let's just say that there is no computers, there's no devices. I wouldn't be having a conversation with you, and you wouldn't be having a conversation with me. I wouldn't know if you're existing, if you're dead or not because of the pandemic, and you wouldn't know about me either. The only way we can communicate is through postcards or whatever notes or whatever nonsense letters and stuff that German teachers make us do. But in any case, um, if that's the case, then think about this. We would have to use textbooks again. We have to go back to like
Mhm.
if Manu, since Manu and I were in the same school before, we have to go back to Harish Vidyalayam and then get all those fat textbooks and carry 7 kilograms of weight to school.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think
Yeah.
I carry that.
Um.
Like my back is healthy right now.
It's,
Right,
yes.
I
Before.
carry 1.4 kilograms, which is just my laptop to school. I don't take anything else, nothing.
Mhm.
So everything is just on my
Yes.
laptop, and for convenience sake, I can't forget anything, and I will always have access to
Mhm.
everything anywhere I go. Like if I go on a trip to, let's say, or the Maldives or something, and I have a slight access to internet, which is obvious for many of the countries that are there right now, I can have instant access to anything that I want, right? As in anything that I have, that I
Mhm.
need, and that I want.
Agreed.
So I think it's more of a benefit rather than a con. But there are those who disagree, of course, because they're millennials. Okay, go on. um,
No, because staring at your
But yeah.
screen too much is gonna give you a bellyache.
Yes.
All the moms.
Yeah,
out
that's
there.
true. Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
slowly throwing the shade, buddy. I hope my mom doesn't watch
Yes.
this.
My mom doesn't.
Good job.
Okay. Yes. But like, so one thing I wanted to say. I mean, not. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. So amazing transition skills. Okay. So what I wanted to say was, since like now we know how technology is right now, how it's affecting us now, how we have assignments now, and like, stuff like this. For the foreseeable future, I just want to like talk for the next for like the next three parts. Let's just talk about. I just want to talk about how it will affect in our college life and adulthood mostly. Like how this new generation of tech is going on. Because there have been many games, movies, and things about how technology is going to evolve and how it's going to. Rishi, don't give me that smirk. I'm not a boomer.
That's
All
what
right,
you wanted to say
but
that,
yeah, you understand what I mean, right?
Really.
So, how do you guys think it's going to go?
it says it's reconnecting.
We'll just edit this bit out. Oh, it's gone.
Oh yeah, so technical difficulties, i.e. lag, but I'm back. Okay.
And I'm the one without the internet.
I'm the one in Nepal.
Sorry about that. I mean, my defense, I live in a hot place.
I live in a cold
Okay.
place, buddy. It's like 3 degrees out there right now.
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
So,
Merry
yeah.
Christmas, guys. Whoever is watching.
Yes.
Yes.
And happy holiday
Mhm.
and a happy new
Yes.
year. If you guys are not uploading on soon. But yeah.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys at least hear half of what I said, please?
No.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't know.
we heard a little
Oh,
bit, but
okay.
then I forgot what you said.
All right. So basically, I just for the next segment of the video.
Oh, I remember.
Yes. Let's just like hopefully my Wi-Fi stays this time. Let's just talk about like what is it? How college life and adulthood would look like for like Gen Z right now, and like because knowledge. Okay, I'm gonna. You guys have been misled. I am a boomer. I'm sorry about this.
A boomer in disguise of a Gen Z.
Boomer in disguise of Gen Z. All right. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about that? Like college life, at least for the foreseeable future, for the next like 10 years, let's just say.
Okay. Now, would you say 10 years or next year? Because technically, I'm graduating, hopefully.
Same.
I love the hopefully at the end, but yeah. No, because for what I think is okay. Let me just do this before we all get into the discussion. Is that for the next like 2-3 years, tech is going to remain the same. Like how like laptops will just improve, as in they'll get better software and better stuff. But I think the basic premise where we have to type on our keyboard and we have to take selfies on our phones, like please edit that out. I should have done that.
Not
way.
anymore. That's like when were selfies again?
Selfie was
2016,
2017,
2016, 27, or 20, late 2016, early
I think.
2017.
Yeah, I remember I
That's when it
escaped from that
was.
when I left India.
Yeah, Indians still do that, anyways. Okay, so you know what I mean, right? So like we will still use our phones to like call people and stuff like that. We won't necessarily have a microchip in our brain like how Elon Musk is like saying in the next few years at least. So yeah, so
Well,
yes,
at least for next year, I know for a fact that Germany is gonna 75% still be in lockdown. Uh, if
oh,
Angela Merkel is watching, hello, please put lockdown until like January so that I don't have more. But anyway, if we do have lockdown in terms of technology, the issue that we might face in particular is in terms of tech, of course. I'm not a boomer. Manu. So the issue that we might face is most of our classes that or lectures. Let's just call it lectures because I don't know. I'm not sure. Um, most of the lectures are probably going to be held online. So I'm probably going to be on my PC gaming all day long rather than paying attention in class. So I don't think that there's going to be any change between now and the foreseeable like 1 year. Let's just put a extension of 1 year. But the main difference is possibly going to be from 2025 to 35
yeah,
because that is when
yeah,
our generation is possibly going to finish with our, let's say, university, and they're going to start doing jobs and they're going to have more creative ideas and stuff, and there's going to be more. Let's just say that we're the new generation. Okay? We're just going to call ourselves that, and then we're going to say
yeah.
except Manu, of course.
One is left behind.
Ouch.
um,
Okay, I see this.
but we're gonna
But yeah,
probably gonna be helping in making the world or the future a better place. Is that the right way to say it?
that's
A better
that
place?
is the
Is that the
plan.
question? The question is a better place?
Do we want it to be a better place? But okay, yeah. So yes, college life, Jigme. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be. It really depends on the countries. Some countries, like Rishi said, will have lockdown. Nepal, we've already lifted our lockdown since like I don't know, yesterday, today, someday. And yeah, as of schools here, they've already opened, and people are literally going to school to like since yesterday, which is crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scary.
So yeah, depending on places, technology is gonna be like either good. No, actually, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Carry on. My dog's at the door. Yeah.
well, yes. Well, at least for like what I think college life is going to be is that like yeah, like we're going to have the same keyboard and stuff like that, but at least like now how Rishi has an iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil, like how that is right now. So how like already notes are the way like a notebook is now like an iPad, like a screen with a display and like with the Apple Pencil, and you could do like many things. Even if not necessarily like an art student or something, it's still good for note taking and for like creative notes and stuff like that. So like in that way, it's good for creativity, and like that's one point that we can take for college life, I guess. And for me is I can use my laptop for simulations and stuff, which we couldn't do before. Because before you had to do it experimentally and stuff like that, like chemical compounds and like on like dissecting animals. But now you don't necessarily have to do that because you have simulations that can process the particular queries that you ask for instead. So therefore the workloads will be different. Did you say YY?
No, bio-IA.
Yes, yeah. IOEE actually.
Impressed?
Yes. Impressed. Get impressed. I'm not boomer no more.
More like
Okay.
depressed. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's already like increase our workflow. So once we graduate from college and jobs are going to be different, like so much so, I think that like I think one more like at least I have this really weird thing that even though although if for example in the next foreseeable future we all just happen to get an iPad because like it's better than a notebook and it's saving paper to like an extent or something. Then after I think all of us will be like slightly increased to use our creativity for at least like writing or drawing and stuff like that. Because you have a thing that can do like basically everything writing related, and then after that, if you don't use it, you kind of feel like a bit weird. So like, at least for me, I would like genuinely feel like I want to go write this down and stuff. I like try new things for writing, like calligraphy.
But the only question is it worth it?
Yes, is it worth it?
So,
I mean, I already have. Yeah, I have a hybrid notebook right now. It's called a Rocket Book. If you guys don't know, so it's a book that you spray water on and you wipe, and you can reuse the book.
Basically, you scan
Wait,
it and it
actually,
gets uploaded.
So yeah,
Right.
does it actually work though? Is it like a particular pen that you
yeah, there is a particular pen, a friction pilot pen. So like you need that particular type. Okay, yes, I mean it's a pen, but like the fact that I'm able to like save on either first of all my cost in notebooks and also secondly on like is and huge. I'm already making an impact, guys. Even though I'm a boomer, so it's fine. Be like me. Be like me.
Yeah, like a boomer. Yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
if you think about like the changes in technology, right? Or to understand how it changed. When I was in fifth grade, I remember with Manu, me, and another friend, we used to be crazy about these sharpeners. You remember
um,
the the rotation thing? You put
like
the pencil
yes,
in,
the
and then
rotational
you rotate
sharpeners.
it,
Yeah,
and then you keep doing it so that it becomes like extremely
it's
long.
extremely
It's
sharp.
extremely long. It's
Oh
incredibly
yeah,
weird.
the yes,
Yeah, it's like
yes,
it becomes like I think that's about like 4 centimeters. I don't know if you can see, but you obviously can't. But like
yeah.
about like 4 centimeters. So that's a lot for a pencil. And from there we have gone to using an Apple Pencil, which with the stroke of something, you're making it come on your iPad. I don't know if that sounds weird, but it just happens, you know. Like if you think about the difference,
I couldn't hold it.
I'm sorry. What?
okay,
It just
okay. Let me explain this
comes on the
better.
iPad.
Something that does not have ink or graphite is making
Oh
us
god.
write
Only
something,
some of you will get this joke.
right? Get it? No, no. Okay, no. Oh Jesus! Oh, this is turned into a comedy clip. Let's.
Yes, I understand. Basically, like it codes and it's able to follow your movements, and then your wizard Harry. It's
Okay,
able to.
okay. Just because I have messy hair and a round fucking okay, the bleep.
Yes.
No,
We'll
wait.
bleep the bleeps, so you don't get to bleep bleep.
Okay.
Yeah, so I understand. Like basically, pen display usually doesn't work, but technology advances, it happens. Hey, voila. So like now, like it's increasing in such a rate. It's actually crazy if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like even like what is it? 10 not even 10 years ago. Take 3 years back. We still had to use biometrics to open our phones. Now it's Face ID and there's like other like other ways to open it. I think.
And there he
Rephrase
goes.
I
it.
remember Google tried to do this.
Wait, I'm
Google
listening.
tried to do this like
So many
farm
incoming.
gesture thing. Difficulties
Again,
again. Okay, in this defense, Italy. So okay, in defense of technology, it wasn't lag this time, or it wasn't Wi-Fi
was it your
problems.
dog?
It was. I don't know. The door's closed behind me, so maybe. Only know. Alright, I don't know if we discussed college properly, but let's talk about adulthood. Because like right now, like for millennials at least like now they're like influenced to it later. So when they were our age, they were influenced to technology. I mean, okay, stop sounding like a boomer to tech, to like phones and to like laptops and to start to like make their workflow better. And it was still like getting novice. It wasn't as good as it is right now. So they were like in the development process. So like they're still not as good as with phones as we are. Like since we already know how the inner workings of everything is, at least I do, and like I think all three of us do about computers and tech in general. Like for us, it's already like we know this so well. So when we become adults, we still understand everything that's happening around us. But like, how will it be affect our situation? Because like,
I think
do we have to have Instagram until we're like 50 years old or 70? I don't.
yeah, I think
Makes
it
no
just depends
sense.
from person to person. Because like, say some millennials right now, they, or just old people, some old people right now, they know more about technological stuff than we do, even though we're Gen Z people. So it really depends on people and their interests. Because I'm pretty sure there are Gen Z people out there who don't know how to. I mean, who don't know, yeah, technology stuff, tech stuff.
Yes.
I
Like
mean,
Manu be the boomer.
there's always the people who are also in poverty. You can always consider them as well. You always have to. But they don't have many of them, let's just say, don't have access to as much technology as you and I have,
Yeah.
right? So that's one
Mhm.
thing that I would say would create an impact because in the future, if everything is about technology, then they'll be surprised or clueless. If
It
I
would
have to be rude,
Yeah.
clueless, because they wouldn't have known the basics. You know what I mean? Like the
yeah,
beginning. Like
it would all be new to them.
yeah, I mean, for example, um, I don't know if it's the same in India, but in Germany, McDonald's recently has this self-payment system where you don't have to go in line and you don't have to make your order. You just do it. You do
Mm-hmm.
your order in like a thing.
A
Yeah, yeah.
tabloid
Yeah.
type thing, right?
So if that's the case, then if you think about it, then it's going to be quite advanced, if I must say. And
Yeah.
if that's the situation that we are in right now, then I'm just thinking about like
Like
what's next, you know?
30
Like
years, 40 years
I
in the
can't
future.
think of what's next because I feel like we're like super advanced right now. But every time I'm a very I'm a tech I'm a tech enthusiast if I must say. And I like to keep myself updated. And right now, I'm saying that it's really good, as in where we stand right now and our current position in terms of technology is pretty good.
Maddening. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And yeah, Jigme, you were saying something.
So also technology. So I feel like when we're adults, it's gonna like advance really quick, and some people who may not stay up, who may not want to stay updated, or they're just ignorant, let's say, about technology, tech. So yeah, they could just not be in the know, you know, because like say technology,
Yeah.
50 years back they had like, I mean, I don't know how many years back, but then they needed like an entire room for just a computer. But then
Yeah,
now we can have like,
supercomputer.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And then now we just have like an Apple Watch, and like there's so much going on
Yeah.
inside that tiny device. And like
Hmm.
if you look at it from the first iPhone, that was like what about
3.
10, 20 years ago, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah, about like 12 years
Yeah,
ago.
Well, technically, the first iPhone I think was in 2007.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
September 2007.
from then till now, like there's so much that's happened already in like such a small time frame. So I feel like by the time we're adults, I mean we are adults, but then by the time we're, you know, doing jobs and stuff, by then technology would have like
Yeah,
turned into something unimaginable, I guess.
yeah. So like, I just wanted to quickly throw this. So I'm not sure if any of you guys played this game, but you guys know Detroit Become Human? It's a game.
Nah, I haven't played.
Alright, because totally fine. Let me just explain the situation. So basically, technology has evolved stupid fast, like in 2040 or something, where they've managed to create human-looking robots.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So basically, what I'm saying is that these robots or whatever. Okay, forget the actual story, but these robots, since they're like super advanced, they're able to do menial human jobs. You already said McDonald's taking your order.
Yeah.
They can be your housemaid, I suppose. Then they could do like caller information. They can be 911 operators and many other things like that. So they would take care of the menial jobs. This would cause like a shift in the power in their workflow, I guess, because like more people will be unemployed. The unemployment rate will like skyrocket,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's going to be. So you could take that in two ways, at least according to me. You can either take that as crap, and listen, well, I'm out of job now, and we got to get rid of these technology things because like it's moving so far to a point where like human society is not functioning anymore, right? But and then there's the second one, which is more positive, or the one that I like to think would happen, the most likely to happen, is because that our technology has evolved to such a point where menial jobs are taken care by basically robots and stuff like that. We can literally focus on like bigger picture, like space exploration and research science, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, like I'm just thinking that maybe that could be a better option that might happen.
Good.
But the fact that tech evolves so much so that we can stop thinking about just things around us and society in general, but more so just think about like everything like in space, and like we more focus on like researching and more so as I guess just understanding everything that's going around us and not just be centralized in this societal area that we have created by ourselves.
I think tech, in terms of a topic to discuss, I can go on for hours, of course. But
Yes.
speaking of tech, my Google Assistant has randomly responded to me. Thank you, Google, for listening into the podcast already.
The first listener.
Yes.
But again, technology helps us improve our understanding of nature, humans, how things work, and purchasing products and building stuff and making things, anything to do with creativity. I think right now you can do with technology.
Yeah.
I think the foundation of Apple or any tech company was based on just creativity. It's just making something new, or it's always about like the target that you're trying to the target people, like the public. What do they want? They want something new. They don't want something that's old. So I think a lot is based on what the audience or the people who or the market, what the market wants, right? So I think it's solely based on how people react and how people behave towards the release or the advancements in technology. For example, Alexa itself, how people just said, "Oh, Alexa's listening to my private messages. I'm not going to use Alexa anymore." So that's something that the countries are working on, and so is Amazon, and to secure your privacy. Although there are some people like me who don't care and who think that those kind of privacies are only for people who think what they're doing is actually wrong. Because I'm
So
not
yeah.
selling weed. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not. I may look like one, but I'm not. I don't sell. I don't buy. I don't do. Um, but the thing is, um, it, it's
Okay,
more
yeah.
about what the market wants and what the market needs. It's that I think that's what tech companies
Hmm.
are focusing on right
Yes.
now and how advanced it needs to be. And I'm pretty sure that every single company has some concepts that they haven't released or have not brought into production yet, right? But
Yeah.
they just want to keep it
Hmm.
under a mask so that they can release it when the market is ready for it, when they think that the market is ready for it. You know?
Yes. Uh-huh. Completely.
I feel
Well,
like
yeah.
it's also about
And
making everything convenient. So like
Mm-hmm.
everything just made
yes.
easier because of tech, and
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I feel like it's also a bad thing because it makes us lazier.
Yes. Hmm. Like we just like fall into
Yeah.
procrastination even
Plus,
if we
like
don't want to.
there's
It's
so
just
many
like a human thing.
distractions
Like what?
now compared to before. Because like with technology or with tech, you're always you know what's going on. You know what's happening here, what's happening there. And
Hmm.
like say for example, you're trying to finish your extended essay, and then like you get a message from someone, and it notifies you, and you're like, oh, and then you just spend hours on your
Manu
phone.
during his extended.
Yes. I will not either confirm nor deny that.
Yeah,
But okay.
me during every single math lesson
But
that I've
yeah.
ever been in. Sorry, Miss Joe. Uh, but it's just,
Yes.
yeah, there's always negative aspects to any certain
Yeah.
thing, and there's always positive
I
aspects
guess.
as well. Otherwise, people wouldn't really care about it, you know? So,
Yeah, true. There's always two sides of a coin, I guess. Again, boomer slang. But regardless of like whether you like it or not. So okay. Well,
that's it.
that's it.
Messy hair for the
Yeah.
outro.
All right. So this is our longest
Really?
episode yet. I think it's 42 minutes.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah,
do
I think
not judge
so.
my hair, people. It is
And
a complete mess, and so is Jigme's. He looks like
You can judge mine.
yes,
you
Jigme
know
looks
what he
like
reminds me of right now? He
the
reminds me of Killer Clown, like honestly.
This should be like a thing we do every episode.
okay.
Like I just do something with my hair.
For me, yes. Yo, Rishi, for me, Jigme is Cyberpunk 2077 run on the PS4. Okay, any gamers out there, you understand this. Jigme, it's the worst word you can receive, but I know you're fine,
Any
so it's
gamers
okay.
out there, add me. I'm
Well,
RI5HIRAO. Hashtag 6202
something,
on
something.
Discord.
Do you have that memorized?
Just what up,
Hashtag
boy?
Rishi trying to be cool.
Pa.
Yeah,
Pa,
I think he's,
irpa.
I think he's like, I don't know.
I'm
I don't
in
want to
the
say jobless, but
irpa na
like,
vara.
We're
you
just
know.
gonna edit this part out anyways.
Well,
Who's
let's wrap up, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah.
Vara ide.
Don't give me. Oh, come on. Okay, it's fine. All of us had this point where we all just.
a lot of editing? We'll fix it.
This is a lot of it. This is going to be a
Keep that.
nightmare. It's okay. We'll take care. We'll take care. For you, it's going to be a nightmare to like arrange all of this.
No, it's fine.
I think. Or do you want me to do it?
No,
Just send it all to
the
you.
worst part is that
Right. I just hope you.
I'll have to do it like I'll have to make one video and save that entire movie with one thing on the corner in the screen here, and then after I'll have to put that video in and then add the other videos. Yeah,
Gee,
The
if you
secondary.
guys edit like a
Yes,
whole
yeah.
image, yeah.
Yeah. We got it. Don't worry. We got it. Well, okay. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Yes. Okay. Technical
On
difficulties.
my
Alright.
side this time.
So
Manu's
Yeah.
excuse for everything, technical difficulties.
yes. So I think all three of us had like some sort of problem.
I mean,
And it's funny how we're talking about technology at the
Yeah.
same time.
Tech.
Then
You don't want to be all boomer like
checked
Manu.
it. We all techie buddies over here. I shouldn't have come out as boomer. I shouldn't have done it. I knew you guys would just made sure that it was just anyways. It's okay. Well, I think I'm done for today's episode. I shared a lot of my views and I'm happy about that, I guess. So yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Rishi, don't be cool. Okay, but yes,
Yeah.
you are welcome.
Yeah.
You are welcome to be here.
Thanks for
Yeah.
joining us.
Yes, thanks for joining us. We hope you
And I was
enjoy this
inspired by
episode
Rishi.
because I have one.
Yep.
Yes,
I tried to say it.
the fact that Rishi is proud of it just
Yeah, let's not
just-
don't remind
it's
me of
just
last
sad.
summer, okay? I remember it very clearly. You don't
Yeah.
want me to start calling
Well,
you something that
okay.
you know I'm gonna call you at one point in time in your life.
Yes. Okay.
That's
Well, let's end it.
Yeah. Peace out.
And see you guys next episode. I hope you enjoy and bye.
I did that.